I'll wait. I'll wait for you to finish eating. Yeah. Alright, what's up? My name is Dave. Today we're going to review this bag, the Peak Design Everyday Backpack in the 20-liter size. This is the charcoal color. Also comes in another color, ash, and through one website, Huckberry, you can pick up a all-black version of this with the leather accents that the ash color has. So normally I have a habit of not using camera bags as backpacks for my camera gear because I don't really like the way they look. I think that they're oftentimes really restrictive in how you carry your stuff. So I've used hiking backpacks, I have used backpacks from companies like Dispatch, but this, when I got this was probably the first camera bag I ever got where there wasn't anything about it that I disliked so much that I went back to using the stuff that I already had. Alright, so when you're picking a bag out, there are a few categories that I think are important to consider. One is comfort, two is whether the bag looks like garbage, three is does it carry stuff in a way that works for you, and four is the bag gonna last? Because if the bag doesn't last, then it's not worth the money, no matter how much or little it costs. So the first category would be comfort, and with that we get to the straps on the back, which are contoured, because I guess that's the thing now, and they're supposed to be more ergonomic. The bag's generally pretty comfortable. My only real issue with it is that when you first get it, the straps can be pretty stiff, and they tend not to contour that well, even though they're shaped like they're supposed to. I've had this bag probably about half a year, and over time they have softened up, so they're definitely more pliable now than when I first got this bag. But that's just something to keep in mind. Aside from that, I mean, if you look at the back, and this is where I'll point out this nifty little feature that I wish every bag on the earth would incorporate, is the shoulder straps pivot, because not everyone's shoulders are the same size, so that makes a lot of sense. Back panel is pretty standard mesh. You have these 4 mesh panels. It's not super breathable. They lie pretty flat against your back if you are prone to being a sweaty person, or if you're really active, then you're gonna get a sweaty back no matter what. Honestly, I think that no matter what kind of backpack you get, you're always gonna get a sweaty back. So it is what it is. The nice thing about this back panel is this. So the panel actually lifts off, it's attached with Velcro, and it becomes a luggage pass-through for you to slip onto a carry-on suitcase or something like that if you're traveling. The next category then is the looks of the bag and whether or not it looks like hot garbage. I think it looks pretty slick. I really like that it looks really different from a lot of the other bags that you see on a daily basis. My girlfriend just thinks it looks bad. So, totally subjective. I actually like the bag and the way it looks more full than when it's empty. It uses, for the top section, this closure system that Peak Design calls their mag latch, and what it is you have to pull up and then down in order to open the bag. It's supposed to be more secure, and I generally find that if someone doesn't know how to open the bag, like normally you just think like, oh, I just pull down on this, it won't open. It's not like theft proof, but it's a pretty good theft deterrent. And if you open up that top portion, you get another pocket, in addition to the dividers that we're gonna get into. But anyways, my thoughts, bag looks nice, but not everyone's gonna agree. I do think, unless you're a larger person though, going for the 30-liter bag is a bit much. It starts to really kind of take over your whole torso. I'm not that big, so this is right about that perfect size for me. In fact, if I could make the whole thing like an inch narrower and an inch shorter, that'd be perfect. But next, since I mentioned the top portion and the dividers, we'll get into the organization of the bag. So on either side, you have these, I guess they're like rubberized zippers, and it allows you to open the entire bag up on both sides So you can do that for fun. No, so you can access your gear on either side. It means that the bag can be used by left-handed or right-handed people, however you want to carry it. And then inside of it, I don't have one of the dividers in right now, but it comes with these, oh, that's probably going to sound terrible on the audio. It comes with these 3 dividers, and they do these like neat origami things, so you can make additional shelves within the compartment. This works a lot better when it's in the bag. But so, like, each divider can form 3 additional pockets. And then you can move the dividers almost anywhere on the inside of the bag. The Velcro kind of runs from here up through right about here. That's where it ends. Honestly, I like that you don't have to move it all the way up, because then you can use this top portion to store things that aren't necessarily camera gear. A jacket, food, maybe you want to bring a change of clothes with you on a short trip or something. And then on either side of the bag's opening flaps are these zippered pockets that have, I don't know how well you can see this, but you've got these additional sort of stretchy, I don't know what material these pockets are made out of, honestly, but they're the stretchy material, so you can put things like a hard drive in there, extra batteries, and they're also color-coded, so you have black and red, so that way you know whether or not maybe a battery's dead or a memory card's full. And the material they use for the pocket itself here is also stretchy, so you can actually fit, if you wanted to do this, an entire water bottle on the inside of the pocket, even though they do come with water bottle pockets on the sides of the bag. So that's pretty much the inside. The inside's not super exciting. It's much more in line with traditional camera bags with the Velcro divider system that they give you. Along with the other pockets we've covered on the bag so far, you've also got in the top portion of the bag, you have this little magnetized pocket. It's kind of like a hidden pocket. It's about the size of my hand. I've got little baby man hands, so take that for what you will, but I think it's about the right size for something like an iPhone SE, your wallet, maybe a passport if you don't want those things to be like readily accessible to people around you if you're traveling. And then around on the back, you've got your laptop compartment. And back here you have a space for a 15-inch laptop and a tablet, along with another pocket. It's sort of like an easy access pocket. You can put your keys, your earbuds back here. I found out that it's the perfect size to put a Nintendo Switch. But back here you can fit a 15-inch MacBook, which is what I use. I don't know, if something larger will fit. I think if you had less stuff in the main body of the bag, you could squeeze that in there. But this will definitely fit something like a 15-inch MacBook, a Dell XPS 15, and then you can also slide something like a 10.5-inch iPad Pro alongside that, and it should all fit pretty snug. The outside of the bag and then a few of the hidden pockets is where I think things are much more interesting. So let's start here. At the bottom of the bag, you get this magnetic flap, so it magnets itself shut when not in use. But inside of it, you get these straps. And these straps have these little hooks on them that allow you to attach them along different points on the bag. So if you wanted to lash something onto the front, you could do it in an X configuration like this, and off you go. They also come with strap keepers, so you don't have a whole bajillion feet of extra strap just flying around. I think they show in their promotional material you can carry like grocery bags or a yoga mat. I don't ride around on a bike anymore, so I don't need this to carry groceries, and I've never done yoga in my life, so I don't have a yoga mat to carry. What I have carried with this is a 42-inch reflector and a softbox for one of my strobes when I was traveling, and that worked really, really well, kept it really secure. You get those same straps on the sides in the water bottle pockets, and these attach up here on the bag. There are these loops, and you also get those loops down here at the bottom if you wanted to attach the front straps across that way. Within the side pockets, you also get hip belts. That's where they hide them. At first, I thought it was a really weird place to put them, but they kind of come through in this sort of seam on the side of the water bottle pocket, and you get one side of the hip belt here, and then the other side you pull through this way. Someday. It's not the easiest system in the world to use, but it does, that's what's going on. It's caught. Like I said, not the easiest hip belt system in the world to deploy, but if you want a hip belt, it's there. If you don't want it, stows right into the water bottle pockets and it's never in your way. Something else they did for the water bottle pockets that I really, really like, because I'm really big on the looks of the stuff that I use, is the water bottle pockets also have magnets. So when they're empty, they lie flat against the bag. They don't kind of slouch over. There's not a bunch of extra material dangling around. Speaking of material, this bag is made out of what is known as 500D Codra. Peak Design is the first company I've ever heard of using this material. It's supposed to be weatherproof. I would not necessarily trust this in a rainstorm in Southeast Asia. I don't know if I would take this into a blizzard or something. It's generally pretty secure. I've been caught out in the rain with the bag on while I was shooting, and everything inside stayed dry. But that also wasn't a torrential downpour. I know that there have been some other reviews on YouTube. People really tested the weatherproofing of the bag, and it seemed like it held up pretty well. I haven't had any problems with it myself. Okay, so, bag. 500D Codra, weatherproof, allegedly. It's got this interesting texture. It's sort of scratchy almost, but not in an unpleasant way. It's just got a lot of grip to it, which when you've got the bag on your back is nice because it doesn't swing around at all. The bottom is, I think, some sort of, I don't know, like plastic, pleather. It's a different material from the Codra on the rest of the bag, but after about a half year of use, it honestly, it looks almost completely new, and so does the rest of the bag. And I have thrown this thing around all different places while I've been traveling. I have not been gentle with this bag. And so far, it's held up really well. There aren't any seams coming undone. I don't see, any stitching that's coming apart. So I think that this bag will hold up really well, unless you are just like throwing it off mountains, which you could do, but I don't know why you'd want to do that with expensive backpacks. Do what you want, I guess. That's fine. That's fine. If you want to throw backpacks off mountains, then do what makes your heart happy. So, for comfort, pretty comfortable bag. Not the most comfortable bag I've ever worn, but definitely not uncomfortable. I can wear this for several hours at a time, and it doesn't bother me too much. There is a hair from I don't know what, because there are no pets in this house. For looks, I definitely like the way the bag looks. I actually like it more filled up because it kind of rounds out the top instead of this sharper angle. For organizational features, I think it's got a ton. You've got a lot of options in how you want to carry your stuff, and it makes it all pretty easy to access while you're carrying it on your back, because when you have it on, you can swing it around to either side of you. I'm going to demonstrate this. So let's say you're carrying the bag and you go, oh look, there's a thing that I want to take a photo of, or oh look, I want to grab my banana out of my backpack because bananas are really tasty and I like to carry them around as a snack. You can, using this thing, I really like, speaking of, the way that they did the straps on the shoulder straps, because you have this loop for your thumb so that you can tighten the strap up when it's on, and then you have another loop here that you pull and it loosens the whole backpack. But you can swing it around once you loosen the strap, and there you go. Now you have access to your camera or your banana, whichever one you're carrying that day. and you can do that with either side of the backpack. So it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. It's good for both. Quick cut! Back to me sitting down. Blah! Overall, I think it's a great bag. I think that it's well built. I think it'll hold up with time. And I think that you can carry things a lot of different ways in this bag. I think that it can hold a lot of camera gear, and you could just use the bottom portion of the bag for that like I do, and then carry things like a change of clothes, your toiletries, or if you want to travel with lights, you can carry like a Godox 8200 up here. You could fit fully expanded. I'm pretty sure you could fit in a Godox AD600. And then you can strap things like the softbox and your Bowens mount to the outside of the bag. Speaking of which, a Bowens mount will fit into the 20-liter bag's side pockets. You can just shove that in there. The thing I don't like about how they market the bag is they call it a 20-liter bag, but when it's fully closed, it's actually about a 12-liter bag, and it's only when you have it fully expanded that it becomes a 20-liter bag. Not a huge deal, because it doesn't actually change how much stuff the bag can carry. So the question becomes, should you buy it? Should you spend your dollars on this bag? I say yes. I have 3 of these. I have the 30-liter, the 20-liter, and I have the 20-liter in 2 different colors. So to me, I think it's a great bag, and I definitely what? I don't know. I don't know, just definitely things. Definitely a bag worth buying is how I feel about that. But with that, I think we're at the end of the video. I think that it's a great bag. I think it's worth the dollars. I have 3 of them myself. And if you liked it, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit the other button. And if you really enjoyed this, would like to see more, hit the subscribe button. I think there's a little notification bell thing you can hit that'll let you know whenever I come out with a new video. And I will see you guys next time. And whether or not... I don't know where that sentence was going.